Hello, and welcome to this series where we'll be looking into medical statistics, and we'll be doing it a bit different from perhaps what class statistics 101 might have looked like for you, either in biostatistics or in any other class that you have taken. So in this case, probably in undergrad or a postgrad, and you're just trying to get the hang of medical statistics. So in our case, we will be using R software, and the reason for that, I will show you in just a minute. Okay, so let us begin. Okay, so over here we see these books. This book provides or lists for us a couple of statistical packages or statistical softwares, and we have a number of them listed over here: free version and commercial version. So you can see R is a programming language for statistics, and that is free. And on top of that, it has a rather simpler learning curve. And then number 3, it has an active engaging community, which you can easily engage and just find solutions and find progress. And also, one of the last thing is that you can do cool visualizations in R, right? So compared to here with something like, for example, SPSS, which is again still commonly used, it's majorly a commercial version, though you can find some free versions or use it as a free trial. All right, great. So now let us go into the next session. Right, so in this session, since you've already familiarized yourself with R as a software, if you haven't, please check one of our links just to get started over here. So we like to jump straight into summarizing data. And in this case, you want to figure out what's happening in the data. And that's where most of the statistical steps start from. Instead of just jumping into which statistical test to use, you really want to figure out what does my data look like. That will inform every other thing that comes next, either be it inferential analysis or building up models. It's important to, number one, understand how your data is. So we will begin with that. In this case, our data will be quantitative in nature. So we will be looking at concepts such as mean, median, standard deviation. And we want to do this in the workspace of R. And I will lay down the steps for you in a way that it's interesting and more hands-on. So you need to buckle up a little bit as we dive into it. Our first stop is the R Epidemiologist R Handbook. So the Epidemiologist R Handbook is a very good resource, especially when you are starting out with R. So I have it over here, AP R Handbook, and we'll go straight to descriptive tables. So the reason we want to start here is that this is normally the first step when you are handling data. We normally call it EDA, exploratory data analysis. And this basically shows how we summarize data or we handle data. That's normally like the first step. Then after that, you explore what the data has in store. And one way to do that is via using R. And for that, there's a couple of things that we look at or into. And R provides some packages that allow us to do that. So the reason I started with here is that there are a couple of libraries that have been listed in this site. You can check them at your own pleasure. I will leave the link down in the description. And the reason I'm starting here is because I want to give you sort of a hands-on experience on how we move around this when we have practical data on our hands. And for that, it will require us to get hands-on. So that's what I'll be going into next. Our analysis will be based on this paper that I reviewed earlier on. For more details, I'll just also leave a link up there. So in this case, we looked at this paper, which was on safety of a large language model based on clinical support system in African primary healthcare. And for this paper, we reviewed it, and at the end of it, we found this link that has access to data. So when you click on this link on the final reference, you can open in Google Chrome, and it will lead you to where you can download the dataset. So there it is. So from the next video, we will download this dataset and begin the analysis in R.